Have you ever wondered how beautiful jewelry is made? Well, let's satisfy that curiosity together. Jewelry making is a fine blend of art and science, a captivating dance of creativity and precision. It's where vivid imaginations give life to shimmering beads, intricate metal wires, and radiant gemstones. It's a realm where the ordinary is transformed into extraordinary, where simple elements morph into stunning pieces of wearable art. Handmade jewelry in particular has garnered widespread interest. Why, you may wonder? It's the allure of uniqueness, the charm of personal touch, and the satisfaction of creating something truly your own. It's about not just wearing a piece of jewelry, but a story, an emotion, a slice of the creator's soul. So are you ready to explore this enchanting world? To craft beauty with your own hands? To create not just ornaments, but memories? Dive into the fascinating world of jewelry making with us today. Starting a jewelry project requires gathering the right materials. That's the first step in creating a masterpiece. Now, let's dive into the world of jewelry materials to see what we'll need. The foundation of any piece of jewelry is the metal. Metals come in various types, and each one has its own unique properties. For instance, gold is soft and malleable, perfect for intricate designs, while silver is more affordable and versatile, great for beginners. Then there's platinum, a strong and durable metal ideal for setting precious gemstones. Speaking of gemstones, they're the heart and soul of jewelry, providing a burst of color and personality. You have your precious stones like diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires, which are revered for their rarity and beauty. But don't overlook the semi-precious stones like amethyst, turquoise, or garnet. Each gemstone, precious or semi-precious, has its own charm and character, and the choice depends on your personal style and the jewelry you're aiming to create. Then we have beads, the unsung heroes of the jewelry world. They're versatile, colorful, and can be used in a myriad of ways. From tiny seed beads for intricate work to large statement beads for bold designs, the options are endless. You can find beads made of glass, wood, metal, and even gemstones. Choosing high-quality materials is crucial. After all, you want your jewelry to not only look good, but also to stand the test of time. When selecting metals, opt for those that are tarnish-resistant and hypoallergenic. For gemstones, look for clarity, color, and cut, and for beads, ensure they're well-made with no sharp edges or cracks. Remember, the joy of jewelry making lies in the freedom to experiment. Don't be afraid to mix and match different materials. You might surprise yourself with what you can create. With your materials in hand, you are ready to start crafting your piece. So let's move on to the next exciting phase, designing your jewelry. But that's a story for another scene. Until then, happy gathering. The design stage is where your creativity can truly shine. When it comes to making jewelry, the design process is your canvas, and your imagination is the brush. It's where you can let your creative juices flow freely, sketching out ideas, planning the placement of materials, and ultimately creating a piece that's uniquely yours. Firstly, let's talk about sketching out your ideas. Whether you're going for a minimalist look or a more intricate design, it all begins with a sketch. You might find it helpful to keep a design journal. This is where you can jot down any ideas that come to mind, doodle potential designs, and even stick in pictures of jewelry that inspires you. The more you sketch, the better you'll get at translating the ideas in your head to a design on paper. Next, we move on to the important task of planning the placement of materials. This involves deciding where your beads, gemstones, or other elements will go in your design. It's a bit like a puzzle, figuring out how to arrange everything in a way that's visually appealing, but also practical. You'll want to consider the size and shape of your materials and how they'll interact with each other in the final piece. Designing jewelry isn't just about aesthetics, though. It's also about functionality. A stunning piece of jewelry isn't much use if it's too heavy to wear comfortably, or if the clasp is so tricky to open that it never leaves the jewelry box. So, as you're designing, always keep in mind the balance between beauty and practicality. To do this, consider the weight and balance of the piece. Will it hang correctly? Will it be comfortable to wear? Are the materials durable enough for regular use? These are all questions to ponder as you're sketching and planning your design. Finally, remember that designing jewelry should be a joyful process. It's a chance to express yourself, to create something beautiful, and to bring a little extra sparkle into the world. So let your creativity flow, have fun with it, and don't be afraid to try something new. Once you have your design, you're ready to start bringing it to life. Now comes the most exciting part, crafting your piece. The process of crafting jewelry is a journey that begins with raw materials and ends with a beautiful, finished piece. It's a process that requires patience, precision, and a little bit of creativity. First, let's talk about shaping your materials. If you're working with metal, the process often begins with cutting and shaping. Using tools like shears, saws, and files, you'll cut your metal into the desired shape. But remember, always measure twice and cut once. Precision at this stage will save you a lot of time and effort later on. If you're working with beads or gemstones, shaping might involve drilling holes or cutting facets. Again, precision is key. Next comes the process of assembly. This is where your design really starts to come to life. If you're creating a piece with multiple components, you'll need to carefully join them together. This could involve processes like soldering for metal pieces or stringing for beadwork. Now let's talk about setting gemstones. This is perhaps one of the most delicate and critical parts of the process. You'll need to carefully position your gemstone in the setting, ensuring it's secure but also showcased in the best possible way. The type of setting you choose, be it a prong, bezel, or channel setting, will greatly influence the look and feel of your finished piece. Once your piece is assembled and your gemstones are set, it's time for the finishing touches. This usually involves polishing and cleaning. Polishing your piece will not only give it a beautiful shine, but also smooth out any rough edges. Cleaning, on the other hand, will remove any dirt or residue, ensuring your piece looks its best. And finally, the last step, inspection. This is your chance to ensure that your piece is truly perfect. Check for any imperfections, loose gemstones, or rough edges. If you find any, don't worry. Simply go back and correct them. Remember, the beauty of crafting your own jewelry is that you have complete control over the final product. Throughout this process, remember to take your time. Crafting jewelry isn't a race, it's a labor of love, and each step should be enjoyed. Don't be disheartened if things don't go perfectly the first time. Practice makes perfect, and the more you craft, the better you'll become. So, there you have it. The process of crafting jewelry, from shaping the materials to setting the gemstones and polishing the finished piece. It's a journey that's both rewarding and creative. With the right techniques, you can transform your design into a beautiful piece of jewelry. Jewelry making is a rewarding and creative process. And we've just spent the last few minutes walking you through the beautiful journey of transforming simple materials into stunning pieces of jewelry. We started off by discussing the importance of gathering the right materials. It's crucial to choose high-quality beads, gems, and metals, as these will form the backbone of your creations. Remember, the better the quality of your materials, the more stunning your final piece will be. So don't rush this step, take your time, and choose with care. Then we delved into the art of designing the jewelry. This is where you let your creativity run wild, where your imagination takes flight. Whether you're inspired by the latest trends or the timeless classics, your design should reflect your personal style. So don't be afraid to experiment and push the boundaries of your creativity. After that, we jumped into the heart of the process, crafting the jewelry. This step requires patience and precision, but the results are well worth it. From stringing the beads to setting the gems, each step is a labor of love. And remember, practice makes perfect. So don't be disheartened if your first few attempts are less than perfect. Keep trying, keep learning, and before you know it, you'll be crafting pieces that are truly your own. And there you have it, the key steps in jewelry making: gathering materials, designing the piece, and finally crafting it. This process might seem complex at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's an incredibly satisfying journey of creativity and craftsmanship. So why not give it a go? Whether you're looking to start a new hobby, create a unique gift, or even start your own jewelry business, this craft offers endless possibilities. And remember, the beauty of handmade jewelry lies not just in the final product, but also in the joy of the creative process. Now that you know the basics, it's your turn to create something beautiful. Happy crafting!